in the big house, did you guys all the separate bedrooms? I know you had outhouses.
Well, the boys slept in, I think, in one room. You just had, well, we slept together, and the girls all slept together. I don't remember how large that house in Greenwichville. I think it's 3 bedrooms, something like that.
Now, what do you remember about your father's parents?
Well, I remember his dad's name, and I remember Uncle O, which lived in Ball Hill of Oklahoma, and it seems to me that Ob and my dad was pretty close. I think they were deacons together in the church. And so we would go to see them on, we call it that was, well, it's way up in the mountains somewhere. I don't quite remember, but.
Ball Hill.
Yeah, Ball Hill, you're right, that's right. And his brother's name was Ob.
Have it on the second page.
And
that's
he had,
and Barry.
Well, that was his name. Ob. His dad's name was Ob. That's right. And
excuse me, his dad's name is Barry and Laura. Laura was.
That was his mother was
Laura.
Laura, and his dad was named Barry.
Barry, that's right.
Yeah, and then
because we have their wedding certificate.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
So that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, did he look like his dad? Do you remember?
Well, his dad was a light complected, and he had gray hair, but it wasn't long, it was very short. Now, his mother was almost African. She was tough looking. Yeah, his mother, she was real tall.
You mean your grandma?
My grandmother, yeah.
I'm leaving that on. That sounds like my daddy.
Yeah, my grandmother, and she was quite a lady. I don't know that much about her, but I remember a little bit of how she looked. That's about all. And my grandfather, when we would go up there as kids, and mess around with his grandfather. Wait a minute. That was Uncle Ob that lived in
your daddy's brother.
Ball Hill.
Yes.
That was my daddy's brother, yeah. And I think it was. How many children did he have? I know the names of Uncle Ob's children. Barry was the oldest. And Barry, and then Ernie, and then Lily, the girl. But now I don't know the rest of them. It's only
with Lily, Ernest, and Barry. That was Ob's children.
Now, did somebody?
Earl came to Papa's funeral.
Yeah. Did somebody double marry?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cornwell.
Yeah,
married.
My dad and Ob, his
married the Sparks.
Sparks.
Yeah, they
Here
married
they are.
2 girls.
Cora.
Yeah, Cora and Nellie.
Cora
And Nellie.
and Nellie
Yeah.
Okay.
married Cornwell.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a minute. So,
The 2 sisters who married Sparks were Cora Cornwell and Nellie Cornwell.
and Nellie, okay.
They married Willard and Ned.
No, wait a minute.
No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
Edward and Old.
Edward, yeah, Cornwell, Edward,
So, do you know how your mother met your father? Did they ever tell you that?
No.
You didn't ask your dad none of those questions.
No.
Because, what I remember, he was quiet. The times I went to visit when my father would pick me up, I would just go to the house in Compton, and it's usually because my father's mail was going there. I'd go out there, there'd be little grapes on the vine or something like that. That's all.
On 115th.
Yes. And then the only other time I would actually see him were some of the picnics and the church.
Yeah.
When he'd go up on his knees,
Oh,
on his
yeah.
toes. I didn't understand he would bounce like that. That was funny to us.
Yeah.
I was like, he bouncing. When he was doing the devotion.
He'd always hold his head and all his hymns, man. He could sing those.
And because I've always thought, where he's concerned, I didn't know what his father and his mother looked at. Where he's concerned, I always thought of Indian because of the shape of his nose and his hair. How his hair kind of went like this. I always thought that kind of thing. Now, my father told me a story one time, and I don't know whether it occurred here or down south, and it was concerning Raynard. Raynard yelled at your mother. So it may have been down south. And he said, your dad didn't say a word. He left the room, and he came back. He had the shotgun, just went, BAM! And Raynard just went running. Your dad just put the gun on and sat down.
Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he said, Raynard just went. So I don't know if that was here.
I do remember Ray and I were dating, and we went to San Diego to hear Ed preach. Everybody went in their different cars. It was just a parade of Cornwells. And Raynard got too much to drink.
Oh, yeah.
And he started to, I guess Mother Cornwell was wanting him to be quiet, and it was embarrassing. And Raymond just knocked him. Did you knock him out? Pardon? When he said something to his mother, Raymond, I don't know if you knocked him down the steps of the church, but it was a Cornwell store show. And then after Raymond did that, we just got in the car. Everybody got in their different cars and walked home. Yeah.